Oh, gosh, this is much needed. A relaxing bath all to myself in my own home spa. Oh, gosh. Hello. You caught me. I was just relaxing in my soaking tub here, but it wasn't always like this. Maybe I should show you what it used to look like and how I made it my home spa. Those of you who don't know, this home used to be a single family, went to a two family, and we turned it back to a single. Our master bathroom used to be an apartment, and my bathtub is where the kitchen sink used to be. Now, in this video, I'm not going to go into the whole detail about the remodel and changing it over back to a single family home, but I thought it would be fun to show you some before and after photos, the few that I have, and how I got inspired by some of our travels, from some of the books I have on my shelves, some of my past client projects, and then also I'm going to share with you how I'm creating some pampering products for my at-home spa, such as bath salts and bath oils and things like that. And then over the course of the year, we'll make some more together. But right now, let me show you a few things in this home or in this master bathroom suite that I had to deal with before I could finally enjoy my at-home spa. So as I mentioned, this old home, almost 200 years old, was converted into a two-family, and we were making it a single again. I decided to take what was once the kitchen upstairs and make it our master bathroom suite. To create a space that not only had a shower, but a soaking tub, which is what I really craved and always grew up with, was we had to move a chimney out. And I normally wouldn't have taken out the chimney, but we couldn't fit our bed in the master bedroom with the chimney there as well. So that was step number one. After we gutted out the kitchen and took down a wall, we also had to take down a chimney. But then we had a nice fresh canvas to work with. And I did leave up a lot of the old walls. And when I say I left up, the contractors left up. I was the project manager for this. I hired all of the contractors. I scheduled everybody, made sure supplies were there if they needed them there, things like that. I also was the designer. So being a designer, homeowner, project manager, it was a lot. And I was looking forward to that soaking spa, let me tell you. I'll show you how I got inspired a little bit later, but I got busy pulling together my photos and did some drawings. And finally, the contractors were able to build my spa area just as I had designed it. Until pulling together these photos, I completely forgot that two pieces of quartz were put together for the backsplash of this tub, and I don't even see the seam. What I forgot to mention was that this project started a lot faster than we were prepared for. We had contractors ready to rock and roll. I had nothing purchased, I had nothing selected, I had nothing planned out, and I needed to find a vanity fast that would fit the area that I had already marked out with blue tape because we had such limited space. I ended up going to several kitchen design bath stores looking for floor samples. I ended up finding the black vanity, and other than it being the wrong color, the wrong countertop, I made an offer of $50. I think it was marked $150, and they said yes, because I offered to then buy a brand new quartz countertop through them. So I was very pleased with that purchase. My second find were these lighting sconces. I found them at a resale store in Exeter, New Hampshire called Cam's Lighting, and they were actually out of the Four Seasons from a remodel. I got the pair for $200, but I was okay with that because my mirror was $50. I have them laying here on the floor just so I can check placement with the size of the mirror, but that wasn't enough for me. I asked two of the contractors to hold up the lighting fixtures at two different heights so I could make marks on the wall. Then I could have the electrician come in, drill, put in his light boxes, and then hang the lighting. We already had wire there. I knew that was going to be part of the plan, but we needed to put in the light boxes. Once those lights went up, I asked each and every contractor to hand over the house keys because the house was now ours and I had work to do. It was now my turn to go in and do the painting, and that's another sale that I found. I went to the hardware store and found 2 gallons of paint that were mixed for somebody else. It was the color I was looking for. I was looking for Dove White, and there was one there. I think it was $5 for the gallon. It's normally $45.50. And then I also found the blue paint that's on the wall. I was going to go with the green, but I couldn't argue with myself that bargain. I might change it someday, but right now I really like the color. This photo is from last year. I love my little spa area, my sponges, my candles, my plants, even my glass of wine. And yes, I do bring wine sometimes with me if I'm reading a book, or I even have sometimes videos going on my iPad. Now, before we get into the fun stuff, I'd like to discuss the fact that when I clean my bathroom and then relax, it is so much more enjoyable. Take this glass, for instance. This is it when it had a lot of the spotting on it. I did not know that the vinegar Dawn dishwashing detergent mixture worked as well as it does. Ladies, gentlemen, if I had known this, I would have saved so much money, so much time, so much aggravation. I put together this mixture of the vinegar dishwashing detergent, and I'm going to have to look up again the recipe and I will link it below. It worked so well, so fast. I was in awe. It actually makes cleaning the glass so fun and easy. Now I keep a bottle close by. I spray the glass after a shower or after my husband gets out, and it just kind of eats away and keeps that glass nice and clean. The recipes I've seen online call for blue Dawn dishwashing detergent. I actually had blue and green mixed together because I was combining the bottles, and I'm having an issue here with bubbles because this is my second batch I made. But I liked having that little apple scent mixed in with it. So once I cleaned, the bathroom smelled like apple and I really enjoyed it. Now this time my glass was dry and I simply went in, I started spraying at the top, moved my way down, and you're going to see that it's actually dripping. The soap scum and some of the lime, it's dripping there. It just blows my mind. And then I rinse it off with some water from the shower or a wet cloth first, and then I dry it down and it comes out crystal clean like this. Like I said, I've had glass showers before and I struggled keeping them clean. This was so simple. I do want to mention I tried using it on a teak piece of furniture I have in the shower. It's a little corner bench. I thought it would help get the soap scum off. Well, it not only took off the soap scum, it actually took off the first layer of finish, so I did ruin that. In here, I took everything off of the vanity, I cleaned it, I cleaned the mirror, I'm putting back a fresh towel, realizing that I have it on backwards. It took me a moment, and of course, I couldn't leave it alone. I had to take it off and turn it around just so that the seam would be right. That's how I am. As scents go, this is one of my all-time favorite soaps that I get at a local farm stand, green clover. I also like the lemongrass. We also buy one from Scotland that I get at another store. I'm going to share that in another video. I picked this up at Bell & Heels in West Concord. They're sugar scrub cubes. They don't melt quickly. You can use one quite a few times actually, but the container is not pretty enough. I'm going to take these out of the container, put it in a glass container, and I'm going to show you how I then use it in our bathroom here. You'll notice in the background in a while that the glass cake stand is going to become a silver one, and also some of the smaller items get moved around until I keep adding things and deciding the look that I want to go for. Do you remember the large cup that I cleaned in the last video? Well, now I'm going to be using it to hold things like my razor, a little facial scrub brush, and then a long brush, and you'll see that in a while. And yes, you may catch a glimpse of some cat ears. I had my headband on that I used to wash my face to keep the hair out of my eyes while I was cleaning in here. All right, let's see what we have here so far. I have my all-important glass diamond paperweight in here. You gotta have that. And then I have some Epsom salts in a jar. I have the scrub cubes. I have the sponges. I have my faux topiary ball because I have to go out and buy a live one soon. I have my favorite soap in a dish that I found out while resale shopping, and I just love how it worked with the brown and the carpet. Here's the cup with the long brush in it, and just keeps it out of the way versus laying flat on the side of the bathtub. I have a candle in the background there, but inside the silver sugar container that I also just cleaned in the last video, I have something that I just created in my kitchen, and I think I want to share that with you. I'm not going to keep you in suspense. What's inside here are some bath salts that I made, and I'm going to show you how I did that. And there's so many different ways of creating this. It's not rocket science. So if you miss some of the steps, don't worry. You can actually create this so many different ways. Now you could add dried herbs and flowers to your mixture. I chose not to because of cleanup reasons. But I do have a Himalayan salt here. I'm choosing fine just because I want it to dissolve faster. I have here some of the Epsom salts. I just love the sparkle and shine that these have. And then I have some baking soda. And what these do is, you can go online and some will say that they relieve joint aches and things like that. I can't prove that, but what I can tell you is that it makes the water feel nice and soft and silky, just like your skin will. Some people opt to put the dried herbs and flowers right in the salts. Once again, I don't. It's just a pain to clean up. I'll sometimes put them in a mesh bag or a tea ball, or I'll use larger pieces like a couple stems of rosemary or thyme or some flowers. I'm using a coconut oil. This is a cooking coconut oil, so it always stays liquid. And I'm just doing a few drops, and I'm going to add an essential oil and mix it together. It just helps spread out the amount of oil that's going to be in this batch. You don't have to use the cooking oil, and you don't have to mix it into the salt. In the past, I have just done the salt, and then I just do a dash or two of an essential oil in my bathtub. This one I'm using wild orange, and then I have another one that I ended up adding. It has some eucalyptus and other scents that make me think of a spa. And just a quick word of caution regarding essential oils. Not all of them are made to be used either in your bath or on your body. Some are just for inhaling, like maybe a lavender that you might find at a drugstore, just to help relax you. Some can't be ingested. So the ones that I'm using right now can be ingested. They can be used on the body. I can cook with them. They're great for inhaling. But I do have also some in my arsenal that cannot be used in the bath, and that's when I really started doing some research. Another thing I learned during my research is that Epsom salt is not a salt at all. And I'm going to read something to you that I found online. I'm going to sound brainy, but I'm reading it, so don't give me that much credit. It says, what's the difference between Epsom salt and Dead Sea salt? While Dead Sea salts are made up of a salt, sodium chloride, and more than 20 minerals, Epsom salts contain no salt at all. Instead, Epsom salts form when high levels of magnesium and sulfate combine in water. They are known as salts simply because they resemble salt crystals and have similar properties. Did you know that? I'm adding baking soda, not baking powder. I'll be adding baking soda, and then once again, Himalayan salt. You could also use a sea salt. Do not use table salt. Table salt, especially iodized salt, it has extra things added to it. You want to have a nice, pure salt. For my mixture, which was quite large, I did 2 cups of the Epsom salt, a cup of the baking soda, and a cup of the salt. And then I added the drops of essential oil. And honestly, I do believe I prefer adding the essential oils into my water directly because the scent just does seem a bit stronger. On the bag of Epsom salts, it says about 2 cups per bath. I probably used about a cup. And you can find Epsom salt at most drugstores, or actually I'm going to say probably all drugstores. I also find it at the dollar store. Another item I've used for years is this little jewelry container, and let me show you what's inside. I just started adding my little cuticle scissors to keep them dry and rust-free, but I've always used this for years and years as a little matchbox holder. I just love taking them out. It feels so special to open that up, strike a match, and light my candle. I enjoy walking into the master bath, also seeing these two prints of two towns that mean so much to me, Nantucket and Marblehead, and I thought the colors looked really great on this blue. They were in my front hall at one point. Don't be surprised if you see them there again in the spring though. When designing this space, I also made sure that I was leaning back against the tub without the faucet in the area that I could look out and see the stars at night. That was a huge factor for me of deciding if the faucet was going to go on the left or the right when we were putting the tub in. Let me show you how I came up with the inspiration for this design style of having the tub in a little alcove. It's a combination of a childhood memory and something I saw in Gil Schafer's book. Speaking of books, many have asked me to share some of my favorites. This is my bookshelf in my office. I will certainly be doing so. But this book here, The Great American House by Gil Schafer, is one of my 2 books I have of his on my shelf, and I love them. And I came across this photo, which brought me to a childhood memory. My father built a bed in an alcove in his home in Canada, and then when we would visit, that's where I would sleep, and I just loved being inside that alcove. So I set out to design something very similar. I do love being in this space. I take so many soaking baths, it's ridiculous. We have the shower, I love the bath, and I will sit here. I'll have either an ice water or a glass of wine. I will listen to my classical music, sometimes just guitar classical, and just allow myself to drift away. It's so therapeutic. There are so many places that inspired me, but one being the Ocean House in Rhode Island. I really appreciated their soaking tubs, the porcelain knobs, the white towels. They had a plant there at the soaking tub. They had bath salts with a tray, and they also had the remote right there to watch TV that was over the soaking tub. This is a home I photographed and marketed for a client, but I took note of the glass containers with the silver tops. I took note of the faucet, and I took note of the glass of the shower. Once again, I see a lot of this in other places, but I was really focused on this because I was taking photos of it. Yet another fabulous soaking tub I got to enjoy was this one at Twin Farms in Vermont. I had 3 candles there that I was able to light. They had the soaps and the shampoo right there, and they even had a rubber ducky for me to enjoy. Now, I've yet to buy a rubber ducky for my tub, but you never know. This was also somewhat built in an alcove, so I really enjoyed it. This is a bathroom I designed probably, I'm going to say 18 years ago. And I'm showing you this because I almost went with a clawfoot tub in our bathroom, but I decided against it because I really wanted an old heavy tub, and it was just a little bit too much to get up our stairs. This is another bathroom in the same house of what you just saw. We designed this home to have 2 master bedrooms, one upstairs, one downstairs. So this is the second master bathroom, and this one I designed to have a shower that had no glass enclosure whatsoever. It was large enough that we could get away with it, and it's actually behind the faucet of the tub. And this tub, you can walk all the way around it. It really makes it a lot easier to clean and get in and out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, the before and after of our master bathroom, some of the things that I did to create kind of a spa at home, how I made the bath salts, and I do have another video in mind that will be doing it in a while. It's some things that you can do to create a spa in your home, and I'll probably have some more recipes to share with you for bath oils or bath bombs and things that you can do to create a little haven in your own home. And don't worry, if you're somebody who prefers showers over soaking or only has a shower, I have some tips coming your way too. I really hope you enjoyed this YouTube channel. I hope you like my home and lifestyle videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and if you have any other ideas you'd like to see me videotape, just put them below, or you can direct message me. If you haven't visited my Instagram, it's at New England Fine Living, and our website is newenglandfineliving.com. Bye now.